think it kind of changed my my way of life, you know, to learn more and to get more knowledge about life in general, because science is like about life, you know. It explains very down to the hard facts, even to the chemistry of what everything's made of, you know.
Their job in coming here was to work with me to help us to start to develop programs for youth in Oakland that would be exciting, enticing, of interest.
The project was very youth-centered, so we spent a lot of time talking about what was of interest to them, and then we made decisions based on that as well as the science. They really became interpreters of science for their peers.
Some people, they get relocated or move or something and they have to redo all that again. But most of the time, people are stuck in the hood, so we got no choice but to figure out what's in our hood, what's good, what's bad, all that type of stuff. So the hood scientist is really someone who's really smart and knows every little thing about that hood, where not to go, where you can go, where you can be at, what you should do and what you should not do. And to make a prediction of what you could do, you know what I'm saying, what could happen. You know, most times at night, the hood ain't a good place to be.
So we worked together, kind of going a little bit around the back door, saying what is science, and exploring a number of different things. I would share things with them and be like, is this of interest at all? And we'd kind of go from there. We always knew that we were going to make a movie in the end that was going to somehow start to show this connection, some way in which there is a connection between youth in Oakland and science.
Because if you say science, you'll know physical science, social science.
That's why they're trying to put them in different names, like social science and all
Can
that.
they break them up?
Yeah, they broke it all up. But one whole word that probably explains everything is the word scientia. Right?
Because that's the Latin root of the word science.
Root of science.
Which means knowledge.
Knowledge, basically. So
And
you
it came
found
from
the
old
start.
French.
You found the start of it. It's knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But how they found the knowledge for science was curiosity and experimentation and documentation and like observation. They had to use the methods to make it grow more, bigger.
Like exactly, like once you
That
learn
sets it
about,
off.
once your mind is like triggers to learn about something, it's not gonna go back to the same way it was. It's gonna make you keep wanting more information about like
basically
what's.
all your mind does is expand. That's about it.
That's all it is. Basically.
So it's all about expanding right now. So that's the main idea, expanding.
And that's what we're basically doing. Our brain is explaining like how science really is, and that's why we're looking it up.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
we're trying to find the
I
roots.
think we stabbed it in the heart, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. Good work. Yeah.
Do you think anything of what you're saying right now is going to translate to your peers?
We could make that work.
It depends. Let's say if I come in there, right, and say the way I just did, but then I can reverse it and say it in a way that they can understand.
Yeah.
It's like something they call from the board, like from the hood to the board.
Yeah, there's a scientific way of explaining it, and then there's the hood way of explaining it.
Like science is everything, no matter what you're trying to do.
What you
You
trying to
clean your
say,
shoes is
yeah.
science. The way you put on your clothes is science. All
Just
that
be like,
stuff.
no matter what, if you like it or not, you're living.
Like if you like it or not,
science
you're
right
doing
now.
science either way it goes.
You're a part of science right now. If we're trying to.
And what you're thinking is science.
your chemistry in your mind right now is thinking, what the hell is?
What the hell is you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. What's the first thing we started recognizing?
I mean, you say there's the very first humans. What are those very first humans going to care the most about?
In different time periods than back in the day when man first was what, uneducated or something like that, no knowledge.
He was like kind of like
Only like instinct, basically. Time of instinct then was when only type of science we knew was natural science, like.
Why are your homies going to care?
They might not care, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
They might not even decide to act on it, but that's still gonna be stuck in their head. As long as you made a point to them, to the point where they actually can hear it, they might not act on it.
Do you think that any of your ideas about science have changed since you've been working here?
I never really just did like science because it was like just too much stuff to do. Like now it's just like okay, like ooh, I like doing this. Like at first I didn't want to do it, but now it's like I want to do it.
What changed?
My whole thought, like, oh, science is boring. Like you can't make science out of nothing. Like science is just you can't do nothing with it. But now it's like. Yeah, now it's like okay, maybe it could be fun. Maybe I can actually make this out of something. Like doing this movie helped me a lot. It helped me understand like what I could really like just do.
Cause me, I ain't really like the science type. You know, at first I never used to care about science. I thought it was just like a little, just like, well, okay, it's no deal. You know, not a big thing.
Right.
You know, I never looked at it as like that, like in a good way. I always thought it was like just okay, science. You know, science, mix things together, whatever. Make technology. You know, but being here and learning everything is what science is about, and science about animals and humans, and I mean, like outside in the streets or like the whole neighborhood, anything that has to communicate with science or connect. I mean, it made me realize, you know, it made my mind open up more and know that science is important.
It was like running without no path set ahead of you. You just, like, as you run, you just see your path get clearer and clearer as you run.
Coming here, helping out, and just seeing what we did, what we accomplished, I would recommend doing it again.
Being a hood scientist, it's a natural ability everybody has coming from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own street, their own block, their own hood. Turf. And the hood scientist is basically just a term we made up to, you know what I'm saying, to fully say, you know, we do what we do.